All right, it's the burn ward or burn unit. Which one is it?
Ward.
Burn ward. Mikey B with us on the Thursday edition of the podcast. All right, so I know you gave me shit on Holo podcast about my rankings, and since you get to bitch at me about my power rankings, I got to bitch at you now about your power rankings. So
Yeah, but for those of you that didn't listen, I'll still bitch at Ernest when we get there.
well, by the way, you see his thing here on the screen here, Earnestly power rankings. False, but okay, I get it. Let's go 2032 real quick, and let's see what you got right, what you got wrong here. 28-32, go.
32, I have a team that's coming off of a victory. Give me the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
They still suck.
31.
Oh, the Denver Broncos.
Wow. 30.
The Bears.
Really? Okay.
Buddy, here's the thing.
It's okay. It's okay.
You can look good against Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones. They also beat the team that you have at number 8 in your power rankings. Let's not.
It was week 1 in the rains. Okay, I get that.
Okay, it's in the rain, and Mac Jones got intercepted by the fucking Skycam wire. That Bears team is not good.
29.
Lions.
Okay. 28.
Easy like Sunday morning. Give me the Commodores.
Commodores playoff hopes still alive, mother.
It is. I will say this: knocking on the door, the New Orleans Saints.
Knocking on the second door, the Indianapolis Colts.
Knocking on the second door is actually
Steelers.
No, actually, I have Houston, then the Steelers.
Okay. All right. So the good news. Well, the only team in my bottom 5, as I revealed in the last episode of the podcast, that's not in yours, is the Texans. The other 4 teams, I have the Texans at number 32. In fact, Panthers, Broncos, Bears, Panthers, Broncos, Lions, Commanders, all there. We agree on the Commanders. We don't. That's about it, pretty much. The Texans' first loss of the year looked like a really bad loss, actually, this week, finally.
Yeah.
But I get it. I don't know. To be honest with you, though, I don't have a problem with the bottom 5, though. To be honest with you, I think it's. I mean, Carolina, but it's a pretty big win against Tampa, though. I know Tampa's not playing well, but that's still a pretty big win.
I think that's more of a alert about how bad Tampa is, than how good of a win that is.
Right.
Things had to break amazingly right after trading Christian McCaffrey late in the week.
Yeah.
No film on Deonta Foreman, no real film on Chuba Hubbard this season. PJ Walker, the team's a dumpster fire at quarterback. They fire their coach because he was a fucking train wreck too. There's too many pieces that, like, this team is like, hey, we're tanking to insert quarterback here, but we're just dumb enough to win games and we may not get the guy that we want. We may have to settle for something else.
Right.
That insert the 2022 Carolina Panthers.
Right. Okay, so let's go 10-6. The next 5 here. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of a big battle here. I think that's gonna be the big battles. I mean, in the 6-10 range.
Probably.
So 10-6, we got.
At 10, give me the goddamn Jets.
Nice ding there at the time.
That was Jim texting us back in the group chat about.
Was it really? Oh yes. Shit! I didn't see that. 9.
At number 9, give me the Gigantes.
My boys, 6-10, 6-1. 8.
Number 8, give me the newly returning Dak Prescott-led Dallas Cowboys.
7.
7. Give me the Rams.
You were still on the Rams cock, aren't you? Look at that.
They stayed exactly where they were. They were on a bye week.
I get it. 6.
They didn't lose like the San Francisco 49ers did.
I get it. They're playing this weekend though. We'll see what happens. Number 6.
Give me the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
They don't look good right now.
They don't, and I'm concerned now. So my number 6 was the Ravens. Agreed. I had Cowboys at 7. Obviously, Niners at 8 DTs. Giants at 9, we agree on. So the Jets at 10. They almost, I almost pulled the trigger on 10 for the Jets. Then the Brees Hall injury happened, and like, never mind. I don't. Okay, look. So I'm gonna admit something here real quick to you. I don't have a problem with the Rams in the top 10. I don't. Super Bowl champions. I get it. We get more leash. But 7?
Okay, so here's the thing. Behind them in the 8, 9, 10 spot, I'm gonna use your thought process here. Okay. Does Dallas beat them?
Yes. Right now, yes.
It's a game.
Dallas is the only team I think on the bottom 3 that would probably beat them.
That they blow you guys out. They blow the Jets out.
Right.
They blow the Chargers out. They beat the Titans. They beat the Dolphins.
You know who don't beat though? They'll beat the Niners.
Yeah, they do this week. They blow them out the fucking water.
Here's a question: Niners win this game again. That's twice this year to beat the Rams. Dude, the Niners back in the top 10.
Depending on what happens in between there, yes, because the Rams will probably fall all the way out of it, and then the only teams that are in between the Niners and 10 is the Chargers, and I don't see what they could do to keep the Niners out. I mean, I don't necessarily know that they'll jump to 5 or 6, but you know they'll be back in the 10, barring something crazy unfolding.
Right.
You know, it's just one of those things. The Niners situation, I said it on your show last week before the Christian McCaffrey trade.
Yeah.
The question mark that I had about the San Francisco 49ers long term was their backfield. Now my problem is they didn't fill that void by going and getting a guy like Samaje Perine or James Robinson or something like that. They went out and got like the third best running back like available like in football right now. They got a lot of guys in that bubble though that are going to want the football. Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, McCaffrey. You know, they're running into the problem that I felt other teams run into at times is too many guys are going to want the football in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a very good game manager in one Jimmy Garoppolo. He's safe. Fine. He still has to find a way to get the ball to these guys. If not, they're going to fucking revolt. So I'm not as like if you told me that they traded for Christian McCaffrey, like I'd have been like, oh, okay, like I think that this is a problem now. You know, you told me that they traded for James Robinson. All right, cool. They went and got themselves a solidified number 1 back because Elijah Mitchell's hurt. Jeff Wilson's a fucking train wreck. Whatever other fucking dumpster fire they have behind him, it's a question. You solidified it by getting a guy who's a number 1A, 1B to use your lines, running back. But now your hope is that Christian McCaffrey stays healthy. Big question mark there. You don't have anything at the quarterback position if Garoppolo gets hurt again. You know, there are holes in this team. You know, you make the comment that you give them leash because you trust them. The problem is there ain't much trust out of the guys that are on the field for 65 to 80 snaps a day. If one of those guys go down, there's a big free fall from where they are to the next guy up. And I think that's the problem.
Fair point. Baltimore at 6 feels like, well, we got to put them somewhere. Not too low.
I had them at 5 last week.
I did too.
I bump them a spot. Like I said, I don't love what they're doing right now.
Neither do I.
They're sneaking out of games. They're getting through games. You know, so it's one of those things where like I want to think like that they're going to get it together from a football analyst standpoint. Obviously not from a fan perspective. Being a Bengals fan, I don't want them to get it together. I want them to fucking fall apart so that the Bengals could walk with the division. Right. Let's be real. Let's be transparent.
They might just do it anyway at this point.
But as a football commentator and analyst, teams are going to start doing exactly what happened this week. They're going to focus on Mark Andrews and they're going to make Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay and not J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Latavius, or is Latavius Murray there still? I don't even know the fuck else is there running for them now. I don't even like. They've gone through so many guys over the last 26 games at the running back position that I don't even know who's there anymore. I know Gus Edwards is because I have Gus Edwards on my fantasy team, but it's a bunch of questions.
I thought someone. No, not there. No.
Hold on, let me look because I have Gus Edwards. I picked him up a couple weeks ago while he was still on the physically unable to perform list. Those are my favorite lists. Yeah, it's him, and it's like with Dobbins being out, it's there ain't much, after him. So I just you're hoping a guy who's been on the physically unable to perform list figures it out in a couple weeks to give you some stability at the running back position. Don't love it. Mark Andrews is going to start getting doubled or triple teamed because at the end of the day, he's the only receiving option that Lamar Jackson truly has. Guys, I'm going to say it to you again. Go fucking trade for a fucking wide receiver. Go get DJ Moore. Go get Terry McLaurin. Go get Michael Thomas. Go get somebody. God damn. From an analyst perspective, do not let Lamar Jackson keep throwing to guys like fucking Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay when you have a shot to contend to play in an AFC title. I think that this team with a number one wide receiver can compete with the Cincinnatis of the world, can compete with the Kansas Cities of the world, could give Buffalo a decent game because of the ability of Lamar Jackson to be able to.
It was supposed to be week 3. Shit.
But that's my point. And he did it with Rashad Bateman and Devin Duvernay. Go get him a fucking number one wide receiver, and let's see if this game plays out any differently.
All right. 5-1. I feel like it's going to be almost exactly the same.
At 5, give me Houday.
Ooh. You mean to I'm higher than you? Wow. Interesting. 4, Vikings.
Yeah, because they didn't lose.
Okay. 3.
Kansas City Chiefs.
2.
Philadelphia Eagles.
So same top 5, obviously number 1 Buffalo. Same top 5. I had Cincinnati higher than you, man. Because this is what I feel. I know they didn't play all that, but I feel like if the Vikings and Bengals play right now, neutral field, Bengals will beat them. I trust the Bengals more than trust the Vikings.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that, but the reason why I don't have the Bengals ahead of the Minnesota Vikings, and this is going to be something that it's going to be really weird coming from a Bengals fan. I love what Joey's doing. I love what Jamar's doing. I love what T's doing. I love what Tyler Boyd's doing. Joe Mixon, where the fuck are you at, dude? Like, you've literally been missing in action for the last couple weeks. Like, I don't want Joe Burrow fucking sitting back there throwing the ball 40 plus times a game every fucking week. I don't want it. Yes, the offensive line has gotten increasingly better. They have the protection now for Joe, but let's also think about it from this perspective. They lost the first 2 weeks of the regular season. A bunch of turnovers against Pittsburgh, and they lost to a big-time rush.
Yeah.
But you know what I saw as the first 2 weeks of the regular season that nobody else thought about? That was Joe Burrow's training camp. That was Joe Burrow's preseason because he didn't take a single snap in the preseason due to the appendectomy. That offensive line needed to gel together. That offensive line needed to come together. They need to learn Joe's snap count. They need to figure out how Joe wanted the ball. All that stuff is shit that needs to get worked out in the preseason. That could not happen because of the appendectomy. Now,
Joe Burrow since week 1 has been fucking arguably the best quarterback in football. Arguably, I mean Josh Allen and Mahomes something to say about that, but I would dare say that Burrow was probably number 3 or 4.
But the reason why I still have Minnesota ahead of Cincinnati is when you look at the entire offensive perspective, everything the Vikings is doing is working. The pass game is working. The run game is working. Time management, all of that. The Cincinnati Bengal rush game right now is not where it needs to be to contend for another AFC title.
Right.
And that's the reason why. That's my ding in the armor of the black and orange. I thought Joe Mixon would have a better year already than he has. It hasn't been great for him so far. Maybe he turns it on here in the middle half of the season. I get it. We went through a couple of really tough matchups, stuff like that. But this is a guy that you need to be a pivotal piece of your offense moving forward. I heard a stat when I was watching the game. They took 2 snaps from under center the entire game on Sunday. 2.
Mm.
You're not beating teams like Kansas City and Buffalo only being under center twice in a game.
Right.
Like you're just not. And then that's just me being 100% brutally honest. I just don't love not being under center ever. And that just tells me that your run game isn't working right now, and that you're
Right.
not being physical enough at the running back position as well as the offensive line to get him the holes needed to run. But like I said, Joe's got it figured out. Joe's throwing the ball all over the fucking place. Jamar, T, Tyler, Hayden Hurst, all those guys are running underneath it, playing their asses off. I can't say enough positive about what the receiving corps has figured out over the last couple weeks, as well as the offensive line. But I need the run game. I need more out of Joe Mixon, Samaje Perine. I need more out of those guys if I'm truly going to believe that this Bengals team has a legitimate shot of running it back.
Right. I'm with you. So I have a problem with the rankings actually top 5 for the most part. All right, before we get to the World Series, Yankees losing to the Astros is not a surprise. Yankees losing the sweep though. Holy shit.
I know on this show I didn't pick them to get swept, but once you got past Garrett Cole, there really wasn't anybody in that Yankee rotation that you're really scared of. Nestor Cortez, you're like, oh, he had a great regular season. He also throws it like 84 miles an hour, and it's a lot of Johnny Cueto deception from the left side. Who gives a shit when you have an entire right-handed team with the exception of Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker? Like, you can match up against a slow-throwing lefty. It's not like he's Tim Wakefield throwing a knuckleball that's going all over the fucking place. So let's be real here.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot after Garrett Cole, and I think that's a big problem from the Yankees' perspective of they didn't go get a guy to be their number 2 in the postseason. The Seattle Mariners went and got Luis Castillo, a guy that ended up being their number 1 who they signed to an extension. But that's a guy that if you pair him after Garrett Cole, like, oh shit, like we got to win game 1 because we're getting Castillo in game 2. Like, it puts a little pressure on it. When you're the fucking Houston Astros, you're like, we got past that guy. We got to go through these fucks the rest of the way. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. Like you're not worried about that. You're not worried about Jamison Tyon. You're not worried about Frankie Montas. You're not worried about Luis Severino. You don't have that guy. Like, oh shit, we got to go face Randy Johnson, and tomorrow we got to face Kurt Schilling. Like, they didn't have that. They didn't have that. Like right now with Houston, it's like fuck, you got to beat Verlander because you got to get fucking McCullers after him, and then you got Javier after him, and like there's depth there in that Houston rotation where you're like, hope we win today because if not, we're fucked. Same thing with the Philadelphia Phillies. Mm-hmm. Fuck, we got Zach Wheeler today. Damn. Oh fuck, we have fucking Aaron Nola tomorrow. Like, great. Like we could be down 2-0 real quick.
I can't wait for the series also feeling like Aaron Judge now. I think it's 50-50. He's gone.
Here's my biggest thing, and again, I'm going to be 100% transparent with you all at home. Red Sox fan, being 100%. If you don't know now, you know. Yankee fans, stop booing the guy that you want to re-sign with your organization that just hit fucking 63 home runs wearing pinstripes the day before he becomes a fucking free agent. You fucking morons.
You think I'll play a part in all?
Why do I want to sign Why do I want to sign an 8 to 10 year deal to try to win a World Series here when because the wind blew to the left, fans got wind up their ass and started to boo me?
I used to think that back in the day that could have been an issue, but I maybe it's a little overplayed. But
I think it's also this fucking, we have to do things the Yankee way. You can't have facial hair. You have to do this. You have to do that. Like, no. Like, here's the thing. Let the kids play means let them be them. Like, no, you can't have facial hair. Fuck off.
So if
I'm sorry, like, I hit the ball very far. I lead this team in batting average. I'm probably going to be the MVP of the American League. Mm-hmm. You're telling me that I can't grow a beard? I'm sorry. How about you go fuck yourself?
I totally agree with you on that one. So how do you feel right now about if you had to make a prediction right now before
I'm
before
gonna
Phillies
go.
start?
I'm gonna go 30-70 that he comes back.
Oh, so you think he's gone? You think he goes
I
to?
do. I do. I think he's gone because
I think
I think someone is going to spend the money to go get him.
I think that's someone in San Francisco.
They're in my top three of teams that I think go after him. I have a very scary thought process here.
Rank them. 3 teams. Go.
Number three, I have outside of the New York Yankees, because they'll obviously circle in there somewhere.
Right.
Number three, I'm going to say the Boston Red Sox
Okay.
are in it until the end. Maybe they're just there to drive up the price. I don't know. Number two, the San Francisco Giants. Number one, a team whose window is closing rapidly. Give me the Dodgers.
I know. I heard that rumor on Monday.
Because you move Mookie either to center field or to second base, where he was at. Where second base is where he came up as a prospect. They moved him to the outfield because they had Pedroia in Boston. Trey Turner's a free agent, so you have a choice there if you're the Dodgers, if you re-sign Trey or if you go after somebody else. And with their inability to score runs in the postseason, I think that they're more of a, we know we have the next 2.5, maybe 3 years to go get as many titles as we can. So maybe they're a team that goes all in and gives him a short but lucrative deal and let him hit free agency one more time. I wouldn't let him hit free agency again if I was whoever signs him, unless there's an opt out somewhere in the middle of that thing.
But yeah, we all think that's going to happen. He'll get like a 10+ year deal, and they'll probably opt out in 5 years.
I doubt he gets the Harper 13 year.
No, I don't think he'll get that because of the age.
Give me 8 with an opt out after maybe the 3rd year.
Yeah.
I think here's the thing: if you want to keep costs down, say you're San Francisco, say you're the Dodgers, you want to keep costs down, I would go 8 for more money and give him an opt out after 3, rather than 10 or 11 for 25 a year or whatever. I would give him however much a year just to for an 7 to 8 year deal with an opt out after 3. Try to get him in there. Try to have your window right now, because in case something bad happens, your window closes, guys retire, guys get hurt, guys leave. That's a contract that you can then move and get pieces back, and it doesn't hurt as bad.
Right. All right. One last thing before you go. World Series starts game 1 on Friday. How you feeling? Prediction? What you got?
Hold on. I want to see something real quick.
Okay.
Bring up the app right now.
Oh. Because I think one of the things I've been saying is that I believe a team playing with house money that has nothing to lose is a dangerous team, and that's the Philadelphia Phillies.
What I will say is I don't love the fact that the Houston Astros have not released their starting pitchers for Game 1 or Game 2 yet. Obviously, I believe it's Justin Verlander Game 1. I'd be surprised if it's not. That would mean it'd be Aaron Nola, Justin Verlander Game 1, Zach Wheeler versus somebody in Game 2. I made this prediction on the Huddle Up podcast last night.
Bing.
As my lock it up of the week, the Philadelphia Phillies will come home with at least a split in Houston. I love what Philly's doing, but they have some questions. Can Nicholas Castellanos hit behind Bryce Harper this series? If he doesn't, they're going to walk Bryce a lot. They're going to make somebody else beat them. That's Castellanos, that's Bohm, that's Segura, Brandon Marsh, guys like that. But if there's a team that can go pitch for pitch with the Astros, pitching staff wise and bullpen wise, I think it is the Philadelphia Phillies. That being said, I've cracked this joke a lot to producer Jim of the Take 3 Wrestling podcast and of 3CT, of Huddle Up podcast, where I said, Alexa, play Dancing on My Own. I think they play it one more time. Ring the fucking bell. Dancing on My Own. Yeah. They're going to play it right now.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the only jerk in the world rooting for the Astros.
I got my Alexa to play it. Hell yeah.
Other than Houston fans, of course, because as we said, I rank baseball teams I can't stand, and Phillies number one with a bullet. But
Yeah,
I'll give.
my wife's a Phillies fan, so
You'll die.
No, it's not even that. She'll let me root for whoever I want to. I truly think, like you said, you're playing with house money at this point. Let them play with house money, boys.
I will say is they. Look, this is what I say. Astros win the series, they ain't sweeping. They ain't sweeping. It'll be a six game series at least, I think. Oh God. Okay. On that note,
Next pause.
Michael, plug away what you got to plug away.
You can listen to me and Ernest shoot the shit about wrestling on the Take 3 Wrestling podcast every Thursday. Goes up Friday morning on the Take 3 Wrestling podcast feed. You can hear me do all this fun shit with Ernest on the Earnestly Speaking either Tuesday or Thursday. If you haven't already, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, 5 stars, all that cool shit. As always, you can listen to me talk about South Florida baseball. Sunny Days and Double Plays of Palm Beach Baseball Podcast. New episode that's coming up. Chill episode. Only talking about the week that was. Nothing major news-wise there. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter at They Call Me Burn. You can follow me on Instagram at FatKidCertifiedSE or Mike Bernier _ ring the fucking bell. Go Phils. Go Bengals. And as always, see y'all next week.
I like Go Bengals. Don't go Phils. Get the fuck out of here. Later.